So today we did rates of dissolving, and what I did for this was I took two of these beakers and I filled them with water without telling the students which one is hot and which one is cold. And we spoke about them and I told them, guess what's in this one, guess what's in this one. And this gave them a guessing game, more of an observation type of thing. And the moment they guessed, they spoke about it a little bit, I threw in some food coloring. The one with the hot water automatically just suddenly mixed, while the other one didn't, as you can see in the photo. And then what I did was I let them cut out little bits of these things, which were the water particles, and I let them tear this piece, which was the food coloring. And I asked them to explain to their friends why the hot one dissolved faster. So I wanted them to show their friends that the particles moved much faster, and the solute goes in between the gaps faster because the particles are moving. This is, for me, a very abstract way of thinking, and I like the idea that the children showed each other how the particles work instead of just writing it down or just thinking or speaking about it, but literally playing around with the idea. Then I took the same beakers, I threw the water out, and I threw water in that is precisely the same temperature. And then we had a stirring competition to see who stirred the fastest in my class, me or the student. Obviously, I took the stirring slower, and the student wanted to beat me, so that student went as fast as possible, and his dissolved faster than mine. So we concluded that when we stir something, the solvent's particles go crazy, and this makes it dissolve faster. And then lastly, we look at the area that the solute takes up. The more area, the faster it will dissolve, because the particles are smaller, the particles cover wider area, etc. So we played around a lot today, and the children really enjoyed it. And I feel this part where they abstractly and played around with particles and the particles falling in between, and where they had to look at these particles as they fall into the pieces and how these particles move, made all of the students understand better, and they spoke to each other, they taught each other, and this gave them just an idea of dissolving and rates of dissolving. And then I could also see who knew what was going on and who didn't, so I could facilitate them as well and take away any scientific misconceptions that they had. So this is a cool way for a teacher to check what the students are doing. It's a cool way for the students to play a game. It's guessing, it's observations, it's experiments, simplest things, but just for the fact that you don't know what's going on, the fact that you can maybe get the answer right, maybe the answer wrong, that you can explain in a group, that you're not alone, that you're working around the whole time. I really enjoyed it, and that was what I did for rates of dissolving.